Hello my love and welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, I am Kay, an astrologer, numerologist and spiritual witch here on YouTube. Listen, if you've been attracted to this video, take this as your confirmation from your own spirit guides and angels that you were meant to receive it. Check out the new book by me also, Make It Happen, How to Manifest Anything. The link is in the description box below. Let's get into your video. Hello Gemini and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, then thank you so much for being here. So Gemini, for the month of October, what I see for you is a lot of energy around your career, romance, and possibly even some money making opportunities as we close out the month. So as we start the month, here on the screen what we've got is the chart for the full moon and what the universe is going to look like for the day. As the month begins, it's going to be about your dating, romance, sex life, creativity and children. So it's your fifth house, and this is because the sun is in the sign of Libra, and this is where it's going to be hitting for you. So on the screen down the bottom we've got the sun circled in black. He's at 16 degrees of Libra by the time we get to the full moon. The sun is about growth, health, vitality, and generally he brings blessings. So the start of the month, and certainly by the time we move up to the full moon, it could be a good time for Gemini to get out and start dating. It could be that anyone that you're seeing at the moment, things start to blossom and your love starts to develop. And if you're working on any creative projects or you're dealing with anything to do with your children, the sun is really supporting you in these areas of your life as well. Now, by the time we get to the full moon, which is actually going to be today, the time of me recording this horoscope, and I'm so sorry I've put it out a little bit late for you. So it will be on the 9th of October at 8:55 p.m. This is GMT, my local time. It could be the same day for you or the day before, depending where you are in the world. But it will happen when the sun and the moon are both at 16 degrees of Libra and the moon at 16 degrees of Aries. So we've got this on the screen. We can see at the top by the pink circle and the number 2, just to the left of that, we've got circled in black the moon. When we get to the full moon and this happens, there's going to be a message from the universe about emotional healing, in particular healing any trauma that we've all been through. And this is because the moon, where she is now, she is going to form a conjunction to the planet just to the right of her, which is Chiron. And well, Chiron is an asteroid, I should say. He's not technically a planet. He is about wound healing. So if the moon represents our emotions and how we feel, and possibly even a mother figure, and Chiron, the asteroid, is about healing and wounds, it's about healing our wounds and what we feel emotionally. For you, Gemini, this energy is going to shift, and it's going to be around your career, your direction, and your overall goals and where you are going in life. So this is your 10th house. So what I'm seeing here for some Geminis, or maybe for hopefully as many of you as possible, is that when it comes to your career, when it comes to your direction, when it comes to what you have been working on hard and diligently for 2022, this full moon could be blessing you with some kind of healing or whatever it is that you need in this part of your life to move forward. So I really hope that comes through for you. 2 more things that are going to be happening around this full moon week as well is that Mercury, which is on the screen circled in blue down the bottom, he has been in retrograde and he's about to turn direct when he gets to about 6 degrees of the sign Virgo. Now for you, this is going to be around your home life, your family life, your private life, your foundations, whatever it is that you call secure in life. And this is what we call the 4th house. Now, Mercury is that planet that deals with communication, travel and IT. So it could be if there has been difficulty with communication with the family, difficulty with hearing news, or maybe even waiting for some kind of news that is to do with your home, your family, your private life, or even anything that you call secure in life, that news or that forward movement with communication might start to come into you as Mercury turns direct this full moon week. The second thing that's happening is that Pluto, which is circled here in green up on the screen, he is a planet of transformation, and he is about to turn direct finally at 26 degrees of the sign Capricorn. And for you, this is around a financial part of your life. This is your 8th house. So here we have things that are shared. So this is like shared finances, which could be debts, taxes, property, inheritance. So basically finances and money that you have that is yours, but it's not 100% yours, or you need to share it in some way, or you need to pay out for it. Now, where Pluto has been in retrograde for a majority of the year, it could be that for some Geminis, as he has been retrograding this part of your life, to do with mainly around money and what you share in life, there could be some changes as we close out the year, and there could be some changes as we go through this full moon, which are slow and transformational. And I would like to say, because it's the planet Pluto, for your highest good, because that's what he brings. He brings around change and transformation that we really need. The other thing about where Pluto is going to turn direct in your chart is that this part of life, not only does it deal with shared things, it deals with transformation generally. This is what we talk about in terms of death and rebirth. When something falls away or something dies or releases itself from our life, but yet something else comes in, or things just change, things just transform, and hopefully for the better. So what I'm predicting and what I'm hoping for Gemini is that, generally speaking, as we close out 2022, with Pluto finally being direct, whatever transformation or change that you have needed for your highest good in your life, in whatever way it resonates for you, that hopefully this may be coming forward for you now at this point. So as we move through the month and we've gone through the full moon in Aries, we're going to have the new moon in Scorpio. This is going to be happening on the 25th at around 11:49 a.m. So this is GMT time. Again, it could be the same day for you, or it could be the day before, depending where you are in the world. But it will happen when the sun and the moon get to 2 degrees of Scorpio. So on the screen, we've got the chart for the day and how it's going to look. We can see circled in black, we've got the sun, the moon, and then the purple planet, which is actually Venus. All three of these planets will be at 2 degrees of Scorpio during this new moon. This is actually a new moon eclipse as well. So this is quite special. And what it means is that either something will depart, something will come to you, or maybe both things can happen depending on the type of eclipse. Now, this eclipse that we're having in Scorpio is going to be a south node eclipse, which is just to the left of where the planets are circled. You can see like the black symbol. And this is the area of release, the past, and letting go. So what I see here is that for everyone, for all the signs, there is going to be something that will be released. But being a new moon, it's still a new moon, even though it's about release, something must come in, or there must be some kind of opportunity returned, and it will be largely based on what karma we are due, because this is a south node eclipse. So what I'm seeing here for you, Gemini, is that this energy of this new moon eclipse is going to be around how you actually earn money. So it's your 6th house. So there could be a good opportunity come to you as we close out the year, as we move through October and we move into November and December, that something comes up which allows you to make some kind of money. At the same time, because this is an eclipse, it could be that something may fall away, or a door may close, or an opportunity may release itself, but something else will come in to do with how you can earn money. Now, this part of your chart also is to do with services that you provide and how you help other people. It's the area of our physical health, and it's the area of disputes that we may have with other people, and also our pets come here as well. So if you own any pets, your pets would come in this part of your life. So what I'm seeing here is either a major transformation, an opportunity, a release, or maybe all three around what it is you actually do for money and your health. So it's a really, really nice area. Now, 2 other things that are happening this week. Well, actually, before I go there, what I should say is, with Venus being part of this new moon eclipse, because we can see her circled in black as well, she's the purple symbol. She is the planet that deals with money, art, beauty, and what it is that we desire. So she connects us in general terms to what it is that we want. Obviously to do with those things as well, money, art, beauty, and love, but generally speaking, she will connect us to what it is that we want. So I feel very strongly that the universe is giving us all an opportunity to be connected with what it is that we desire. So if there is something that you wish to do, which is to do with how you earn money, or you have an idea over how you can earn more money, or you wish to go on a new health regime, or you want to think about what services that you give or how you help other people, whatever it is that you desire, particularly with this part of your life, Now could be a good time as we go through the new moon eclipse to revisit this and try and move forward with it. The two other things that are happening during this new moon week is that we're going to have Saturn, which is circled here in green by number 2. This is the planet of challenge. This is the planet that forces us to mature. This is the planet that will bring lesson learning to us as well, and kind of sometimes hardships is another word that I want to give to you. It's basically a planet that it brings difficulty, but the reason why he brings difficulty is ultimately to learn a lesson and mature in some kind of way. Now, he will finally turn direct at 18 degrees of the sign Aquarius, which is very, very good because this is a sign that he's attached to. But for you, Gemini, it's going to be around your area of life to do with your new experiences. So what I'm seeing here for Gemini is that if Saturn has been causing you some kind of difficulty or challenges or lesson learning in your life, you could be blessed with some kind of new experience in whatever way that resonates or whatever way you need it, because he is turning direct in that part of your chart. Now, the 9th house where this is, it also deals with spirituality, and I like to call it the area of life that is about spiritual alignment. So by this I mean it's when your mind, body and your soul are all in alignment, like what you're thinking, what you're feeling, you know, your body feels good, you are in a very good place. And this is the house that deals with distant travel, you know, travel abroad and foreign or new situations, people, places and things as well. So it could be that Gemini is brought some brand new experiences in their life generally, or that when it comes to your alignment and how in a line you feel with your direction or where you're going or your relationship or whatever it is that you feel that you need some kind of alignment with or a new experience, Saturn's direct motion could really bring this to you, and I'm really hoping that happens because it's a nice place to have Saturn turn direct. Now the second thing will be that Mars, which is down here circled in blue, he is the planet of motivation, drive, action, determination. In a birth chart he could represent a person's sex drive, how they manage their anger as well. He is about to go into retrograde. So when a planet retrogrades, it's an opportunity to go back and revisit situations, people, places and things, because ultimately this is what the planet is doing. It's moving backwards through a sign or through as many signs as it needs to for the retrograde until it turns direct again. So for Mars, at 25 degrees of the sign Gemini, he's going to be retrograding in your sign. He will be bringing you back to something to do with you, Gemini, because this is in your sign. So you're going to feel this quite a lot. And this is your first house. So it's to do with you, your desires, what it is that you want, your approach to life, your appearance comes here as well. So for anybody who's thinking of, you know, getting a new haircut or doing something with their image, it could, you know, Mars could trigger that motivation for you to do it while he is retrograding through your sign. If you are a later born Gemini, as in you were born later in the season, then this could really impact on you as well, because your sun will be at later degrees of Gemini. So where Mars is turning retrograde at 25 degrees of Gemini, if you are a very late born Gemini, then this could impact you greatly as well. But it will impact us all in some way. Sometimes Mars's retrograde can do two things. It can give you more motivation, funny enough, even though the planet of motivation is going backwards. And sometimes it can make you feel a little bit stuck or like you are demotivated. It really does depend on how it impacts you. For your sign, for Gemini, the main message here would be it is time, or Mars is giving you the time, I should say, to go back and think about you, your desires, what it is that you want, and to become either still and sit with this and really get clear with it and take that second chance to look at things so that when Mars moves direct again, you're ready to take off with it. Or for others of you where you feel that extra motivation, even though Mars is retrograding in your own sign, it's a good time for you to go back and think about those same things and put together a plan of action for how you are going to move forward, because the Mars retrograde, you are controlling it. It is your energy, so it's going to impact you greatly. And Mars is bringing you back to you to have some kind of motivation, drive, determination, or second thoughts, or thinking about what it is that you want in particular in your life. So to close out your horoscope, Gemini, something I need to speak to everyone about which is Jupiter's retrograde. Jupiter is the planet that brings good luck, fortune, and I have done a video on this about why it's so good when we have Jupiter move into the sign of Pisces, and it's basically because this is the sign that's really going to elevate his energy. The video may pop up here at the end of this video if you want to check it out. But Jupiter is doing two things during this eclipse. The first one is that he is going to go back into the sign of Aries, and so he will be at 0 degrees of Aries as we see him on the screen during this eclipse, circled in red. And when a planet is at 0 degrees, whether it's in your birth chart and you are born with it like myself, or whether it happens in a transit like this on a day-to-day basis, it's a message from the universe that that particular planet that is at 0 degrees of a particular sign is offering us all a new chapter, or an opportunity for us to create a new chapter. So when he is at 0 degrees of the sign Aries, Aries being the sign of motivation, and this will fall in your area of chart to do with your hopes, dreams, and important people in your life. It's a real opportunity here for Gemini to create a new chapter with whatever it is that you hope for, you dream for, and the important people in your life. So this is your 11th house. And when we talk about important people, these are people that we are not connected to for a romantic reason, because these people normally fall in the 5th or the 7th house. But with the 11th house, it's people that we are associated with, people that we work with, people that we network with, or people that we just know for a particular reason. Like there's some benefit to being in contact with this person, which is non-romantic. So it could be that, you know, someone that you connect with on social media that you've never met before in life. It could be someone that you work with. It could be someone that you have an association with for whatever reason. So these are the important people that we're talking about when we talk about the 11th house. So it's a good time to kickstart anything, create a new chapter around this particular part of your life. On the 28th, at around 6:09 a.m, this is GMT, my local time, Jupiter will then at that point move back into the sign of Pisces. And as I mentioned, Pisces will elevate Jupiter so much, and I like to call it the Midas Touch, which means that when Jupiter is under this energy, he is really the best that he can be. He is the luckiest that he can be. He is the most kindest and gentlest planet that he can be, even though he's all these things under, you know, most of the signs other than the signs that put him into determent. He is really good when he's under Pisces. And throughout 2022, he's been mainly in this sign, but in and out of it because he has been retrograding. But as he goes back into it, it's the Midas Touch, and it's the luck that he's going to bring us all. And for you, Gemini, this is going to be around the areas of your life that you feel held back. And I actually think that this is a really, really nice area for him to be blessing you with his Midas Touch and his luck. So it will be your 12th house, where the arrow is here on the screen. This part of life, the 12th house, it deals with situations, people, places, and things that we feel hold us back, whether this is mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, whatever way it may resonate for a person. If they feel held back by something or someone, it's going to come into this part of our life. The 12th house also deals with mental well-being. It deals with spirit communication, and I have explained this before, that spirit communication does not mean spirituality, because that is the 9th house. Spirit communication will mean things like when you see 111 or 222, or you see all these things, or things happen in your life and it seems like it's all a coincidence, but really it is some kind of communication from the universe, God, your spirit guides, you know, angels, fairies, whatever it is that you believe in, it's spirit communication. So with Jupiter under Pisces going through Gemini's part of life that deals with all this kind of stuff, it feels to me as though I need to give Gemini the message that be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for what comes to you in terms of, you know, what we like to call coincidences, you know, seeing 111, 222, you know, things starting to align themselves. All these things that we call a coincidence, pay attention to them, and pay attention to any kind of downloads that you may personally get or thoughts or feelings that cross your mind, you know, it gives you something extra to think about, because you could get some lucky messages, or you could get some kind of coincidence or some kind of alignment that happens in your life that actually brings you a lot of luck. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that, because if that's what Jupiter is bringing you, then you really don't want to miss it. So be open to receiving messages as we move through October and we close it out, and then we go into November and we start to finish off 2022, because with Pisces ruling over Jupiter around this time as we end the year, this could be the last window of opportunity that Jupiter is giving us to have some kind of fortune or luck this year for all of us. So that's about it, Gemini. That's what I see for you for the month of October. My only intention was that this message would reach who it needs to, and it would help whoever it needs to. So I really do hope if there was something here that was helpful for you, or you enjoyed your horoscope, then please do give the video a like. Feel free to drop me a comment and let me know how this resonates for you, and what you're going to be up to this month of October, or what's been happening to you as you progress through the month. And if you're new here, then why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. And if you are someone who is returning, then thank you so much as usual for being here, and thank you so much for your support. So have a wonderful month, Gemini. Being the full moon today, the 9th of October at the time of me recording this, do check out the full moon affirmations, and I've got some extra astrology guidance and some extra kind of messages that I pulled for the tarot for the collective. The video should pop up here at the end as I'm speaking to you now. You may see it, you may not, but it will definitely pop up by the end. And have a great month, and I'll see you in November, Gemini. I'll see you soon.